Page number 385. He is short-tempered, but to give the devil his due, he is honest. Means to give credit to a bad man for his good points. He is so wicked that everybody gives a wide berth to him, berth, berth to him. Do not give currency to this rumor, meaning do not spread this rumor. I was given to understand that all arrangements for my accommodation would be made by you. He has given me the sack. 531. Go. The dog goes by the name of Sputnik, meaning the dog is called Sputnik. This shirt will not go well with your trouser, meaning this will not match your trouser. He has gone mad, meaning he has become mad. He has gone to the dogs. It will go hard with me if my allowance is stopped. Be industrious, and the world will go well with you. Give up drinking, or the world will go ill with you. The watchman is going his rounds. In the struggle of life, the weak must go to the wall. His estate has gone to rack, or to rack and ruin. He went the whole hog or length with me in the matter. I am ready to go all lengths to win my purpose. It goes without saying that honesty is the best policy, meaning there is no doubt that honesty is the best policy. He has gone the way of all flesh, means he has died. He became unpopular because he refused to go with the current or stream or tide. This excuse will not go down with the authorities. He goes over the same ground again and again. This will go a long way to meet my wants. This plan is no, means not workable. He went all out to gain his point, means he did his best. Thank God, his plan to oust me went by the board, means failed. He has gone to pieces on account of the failure of this bank. He went out of his way, meaning he went out of his way to oblige me, meaning from the ordinary course of conduct. I shall go exactly by what you say, meaning be guided by. Initially the houses went begging. There was no buyer, meaning not much in demand. Making compromise on policy matter goes against the grain of my father, meaning contrary to inclination of my father. 532. Hand, hand, hand. I have no money in hand. We are in God's hand, meaning at his disposal. He has the situation well in hand. The situation has gone out of hand. The ceremony is close at hand, meaning very near. I have 2 houses on hand, meaning in possession. I cannot supply you the figures of hand, meaning without preparation. Your letter is to hand, meaning received. He sent the letter by hand. I see misery on all hands. It is admitted on all hands that he is a good poet. Do not lay hands on, me. He is my right hand, meaning invaluable assistant. I have my hands full, meaning am completely occupied. His hands are clean, meaning he is innocent. I have no hand in the business, meaning I have no part in the business. The king put down the rebellion with a high or heavy or iron hand. His high-handedness made him very unpopular. He is an open-handed man, meaning liberal with money. Page number 386. He writes a good hand, means his handwriting is good. He is a good hand at painting, means he is skillful at painting. He lives from hand to mouth. There was a hand-to-hand fight between them. The two friends are walking hand to hand. They are hand and gloves with each other. The two societies are working hand in hand, meaning in close cooperation. I got the story at first hand, meaning from the original source. I gave him a free hand. The firm has changed hands. He is an old hand, meaning he is experienced. Will you please lend me a hand with arranging the papers? Meaning to give or to help. I think he had a hand in this takeover, meaning he was involved. He always plays for his own hands, meaning looks after his own interests. They could not avert the situation and ultimately played into the hands of their opponents. The audience gave him a good hand, meaning applauded loudly. They won the contest hands down, meaning very easily. He was at last able to win her hand, meaning win her consent to marry. 533. Hard, H-A-R-D, hard. I know its value as I have learnt it the hard way, meaning with hardship and perseverance. I have to be hard on him, as he was taking too much of liberty. We had to toil much to drive a hard bargain, meaning to force a favourable arrangement. The authorities took a hard line to tackle the situation. The old man is hard of hearing, means he is deaf. The common people were hard hit by the rise in prices, means suffered financially. We were hard pressed for meeting his demand. I am quite hard up now. I was hard put to it to justify my action. He was hard up for new ideas to enthuse his followers, meaning in want of. My house is hard by the railway station, means near. This rule will go hard with the dishonest traders. 534. Head, H-E-E-D, head. Everything is head over heels here. He was searched from head to foot, meaning he was searched, his entire body was searched. The authorities will soon take decision and some heads will roll, meaning some persons would be dismissed or disgraced. He had to face extreme difficulties, but he held his head high. Page number 387. 535. Heart, H-E-A-R-T, heart. He is a good man at heart. I prayed for your recovery from the bottom of my heart, meaning sincerely. I have always the welfare of my students at heart. We enjoyed the scenery to our heart's content. The news broke his heart, meaning made him sad. I find him a man after my own heart. The girl cried her heart out at the sad news, meaning the girl cried violently. Please go out on a tour. This would do your heart good, meaning this would make you cheerful. The boy learned his lessons by heart. Please have a heart for the poor boy, meaning show some mercy to the poor boy. After his father's death, he had a change of heart, meaning change for better. He had his heart set on building a house of his own. I like this with all my heart means I like this intently. INTENTLY. Do not lose heart. At the initial failure, she had a heart-to-heart talk with her friend. I lost my heart to her, meaning I fell in love with her. I tried with all my heart to help him, meaning I tried sincerely to help him. In my heart of hearts, I had a great sympathy for him, meaning in my inmost feelings, I had a great sympathy for him. 536. Keep. 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 Keep your own counsel. He keeps good hours. That means is early to bed or home. Don't keep late hours or keep up late at night. He failed to keep his words. Don't spend so much to keep up appearance. He could not keep his appearance. He earns just enough to keep body and soul together. In spite of severe setbacks, he kept a stiff upper lip, meaning he showed no emotion. He can barely keep the wolf from the door. He keeps open house, means he is hospitable to all comers. Girls should be taught how to keep house. I cannot keep pace with the class in English. The situation was difficult, but he kept his head. Keep an eye upon him means watch him. The inspector failed to keep the peace. You must keep abreast of the times. Keep on good terms with him. I have kept an open mind on the question. This amount will help him to keep his head above water, means to keep out of debt. At times we were dejected, but we had to keep the ball rolling, hoping to reach a situation. The incidents developed in so quick succession that it was difficult to keep track of them. Don't get disheartened. Keep your chin up means to remain cheerful, especially under stress. Page number 388. 537. Make. I left his seat to make room for the old man. He made friends with the best boys only. They made merry at my expense. The thief made good his escape. He has made good his loss. He made good his promise. The result will make or mar us, meaning decide the fate of all of us. He made amends for his past, meaning compensated. He makes a parade of his learning, meaning makes a show of his learning. He made light of my objections, meaning or little. He makes much of your present. I can make nothing of what he says. First, make sure whether he will help you. We must make the most or best of our opportunities. The headmaster expelled the boy to make an example of him, meaning to set him up as an example. The crowd made way for the leader. I have strength enough to make my own way, meaning progress in life slowly but steadily. The headmaster expelled the boy to make an example of him. The crowd made way for the leader. I have strength enough to make my own way, means progress in life slowly but steadily. He will make his mark in life. I am too poor to make both ends meet. I made a fool of myself by my conduct, meaning proved myself to be a fool. He made a name for himself by his researches. He made a clean breast of his sins, meaning he confessed fully. The sight of sweets make my mouth watery. Education made a man of him. Do not make a mountain of a molehill. I cannot make head or tail of what you say. The horrible sight made my hair stand on end, meaning terrified me greatly. We must make hay while the sun shines. It is easy to make free with other people's money, meaning spend lavishly. He tried to make a tool or cat's paw of me in his wicked plan, meaning set me as a tool or means for obtaining his end. He made no bones of doing the work. The horrible sight made my blood creep me with horror. The horrible sight made my blood creep, meaning filled me with horror. Why do you make faces at me? He made a mess of the business entrusted to him. Make it a point to come in proper time, meaning regard it as very important. He made a clean sweep of the whole gang. The knight made short work of his enemy, meaning disposed of speedily. At parties he always make a beeline for the food counter, meaning go directly and quickly towards. 538. Play. I shall play the game whatever may happen, meaning keep to the rules of honor. Don't play the fool, meaning don't act like a fool. He played me false. He played tricks with me. The boy was punished for playing truant, Truant. She played fast and loose with him. I refused to play second fiddle to him, meaning act a subordinate part. In dealing with him, you are playing with fire, meaning dealing with a dangerous person or situation. Page number 339. He merely played into the hands of his rival. He played ducks and drakes, ducks, ducks, and drakes, drakes, with his money. He is playing a double game. I said this in play. He is too honest to play to the gallery, meaning appeal to the low taste of common people for cheap popularity. Opposition will come into play as you try to harm the vested interest. He was not prepared fully, but he played his cards well, meaning made good use of opportunities. It was a very difficult situation, but he played it cool. 539. Put. Put. This failure put an end to my hopes. He put me in mind of the matter. The resolution was put to the vote. Your failure is due to your having put the cart before the horse, meaning beginning at a wrong end. He was hard put to it for want of money. They put their heads together to draw up a plan. If you would succeed, you must put your shoulder to the wheel. I was put to shame by my brother's conduct. The child should be put to school now. The rule has been already put in force. He was put on some flesh since I saw him last. He put the idea into my head. He put the words into my mouth, meaning said that I had said them. You must put a good face on your defeat. Put it black and white. Where discipline is concerned, I must put my foot down. Put your best foot forward if you would succeed. I put him on his guard. A new shop opened close to mine has put a spoke in my wheel. As soon as he opened his mouth, he put his foot in it, meaning blundered. The speaker could not put his ideas into shape, meaning arrange them properly. I did not conceal anything from you and put my cards on the table. 540. Run. We had to surrender as our food ran short. Feelings ran high in the meeting. He ran the risk of losing his job. My blood ran cold, meaning I was horrified. When I saw the sight, there was a run on the bank, meaning sudden demand for money for immediate payment. The play had a run of 6 nights. He runs the show in the association, means he dominates. The enemy is on the run. Patience pays well in the long run, meaning ultimately patience pays. He ran himself out of breath and could not move any further. If you do this, you run the risk of being victimized. It was a close run and nobody knew who would win, meaning it was a keen contest. He is running a temperature. Page number 390. 541. Set. A fund was set on foot to help him, meaning a fund was started. He is impatient to set foot on land. He set his heart on the marriage. I cannot set your advice at naught, means I cannot ignore your advice. I set store by your help. I set his hand to the task. He set his face against the proposal. He tried to set me at defiance. I set him right in that matter. The Duke set the ball rolling, and the dance went on merrily. Who set fire to your house? Who set your house on fire? His words set my heart at ease. The ship will set sail. He is intelligent, but is not likely to set the Thames on fire. Wicked people often set people by the ears. His boorish manners set my teeth on edge, meaning jarred my nerves or irritated me. 542. Speak. I am enclosing a letter which will speak for itself, meaning explain itself. You are free to speak your mind. The incident speaks volume for his honesty, meaning be strong evidence of. The result speaks well for your sincerity, meaning be strong evidence in favor of. I am not in speaking terms with him. 543. Stand. You should not lose heart, but make a stand against the odds. I shall think over the matter and take my stand suitably, meaning declare my opinion. You should stand firm in your decision. Please stand clear of the passage. He stands alone among all his friends, meaning none equals him in ability. Do we stand to win anything by this argument? I promise to stand you a dinner if you succeed in the competition. He stands a good chance of coming out successful. It stands to reason that he would not accept such a condition. I stand corrected if I make any mistake. He stands well with the authorities here. The machine failed to stand the test. The same remark stands good here. 544. Take. Let me take the air by the riverside. The secret has taken air. The rider stopped for a few minutes to take breath. The incident took place long ago. I take exception to your remarks. The custom has taken root. His imagination took fire at the suggestion. The house took fire. He will take part in the game. I took sides with us in the quarrel. He took heart at my word. He took my remark to heart. This rule takes effect from tomorrow. He was taken ill. Do not take my remark ill or amiss. He took my opposition in good part. He took the lead in the protest against the bill. I was taken aback by the news of his death. The king took the field personally against the rebels. Take heed that you may not fail. My estimate takes into account or consideration all possible charges. Taking advantage of my absence, a thief entered my room. I take you at your word. I took him to task for neglect of duty. He took me by surprise. The fort was taken by storm. The thief took his heel at my approach. He took it into his head, seized with a sudden notion to go to Agra. He took it into his head to go to Agra. He took a fancy to my house. I have taken the work in hand. Do not take things or the world easy. I have tried to take a leaf out of your book. Unless you take the bull by the horn, you will not succeed in life. Why do you take a leap in dark? You may take your time. I cannot take the insult lying down. He was rebuked for taking the law into his own hand. The examination did not take place on Monday. I cannot allow you to take liberties with me. He was about to achieve his ill designs, but my time interception took the wind out of his sails. His beautiful house took my breath away. He was punished for taking French leave. After a nice time, she took leave of her friends. We took no cognizance of his presence. 545. Time. The train is an hour behind time. He will stay with us for the time being. He came on time. We will reach there in no time. This practice has been in force since time immemorial. I was expecting you there all the time. The watch keeps good time. He finished the job working against time. He sends messages to us from time to time. At times he becomes very unreasonable and I cannot understand him. He nags at his misfortune at all times.